Yeah, game one. It's a little chill in the air. Felt like basketball season, and I think it's important time of year. I think our players are excited. I think they've gone through the month of the 30 practices of beating each other up. Uh, Now it's time to get out and see what we can do, and a couple dry runs, but now it's for real. I'm excited, and I think you get to a point where you get a feeling it's just time to play, and I think we're at that point. And they come fast and furious here to start, but I'm looking forward to seeing where we're at. I think we've improved in some areas since our scrimmage. And Campbell poses some different situations and problems. They're a team that's very similar to us, and they got a nice group of veterans, and they've got a group of guys that are new. So it should be fun. It should be exciting.
Coach Tavares shined. He played some good minutes for you in the exhibition, and he had him and Jeffrey Carroll playing that 3 position. How are you looking to rotate them around, this season?
Yeah, I think our positions are pretty much interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you look at our wing spots, and I think you could add Lindy, I think you could add Thomas DeJagua, you could throw Phil in there. We may play a lineup where we have Brandon and Juwan in there. So Devon Dillard, I think they're interchangeable. I'm excited. I'm excited about Tavares and the fact that I think he's got a chance to be an elite defender. He's learning our system. He's learning how to play. He's got great length. He's a very high IQ player. Jeffrey plays so hard every possession. Their games are a little different, and I like that. I don't like guys that are copycat players. They each do their own thing. So I'm excited about both those guys. We need them to be consistent. They've all had their moments in games in the past. I need consistency from them, and consistency is not scoring points. Consistency is guarding and rebounding, and somebody's got to take on the challenge for us of being that lockdown defender on the wing, and I think both those guys are capable.
Coach, whenever this Underwood era is over, what do you want it to be remembered by?
Oh, I don't know. I hope it's about togetherness, toughness. I don't worry about those things. I guess those are for other people you guys to label that. You'll find with me, I'm really simple. Seriously, I'm thinking about the 2:00 practice, how to get them better today. We weren't great yesterday. We have to be better today. And all that other stuff is stuff I don't think about. Maybe I should, but I don't.
You've mentioned a couple times that this team is kind of a work in progress, not a complete product yet. Is there a sense of unknown going into the start of the season, or do you know pretty well what you're going to get with these guys?
No, I think there's a ton of unknown. I think that how do we handle adversity? How are we going to handle a road game with a packed house? How are we going to handle a team that has an imposing shot blocker? Right? There's a lot of unknowns from the basketball side of things, and those are adjustments that sometimes you have to make on the fly. That's another thing. How do we handle those situations? But I think there's a certain level of comfort. I think I know that most nights we're going to play really hard, and yet some of the basketball stuff we've got to go through it first to figure out and to see how we're going to adjust.
You hit the classrooms this week trying to get some interest with the students. There's other people too, Brad, that you need people from Oklahoma City and Tulsa. For some of those people who wonder, how important is it that they're here? How important is it to your team, to recruiting, to everything?
We can't do this without them. And that's plain and simple. This is one of the storied basketball programs in the country. It's had two of the greatest coaches, teachers in the history of college basketball. It's been labeled as the rowdiest arena in America, the loudest arena in America, however you want to label that. Those are all things we should be really, really proud of. I'm not getting that back by myself. To me, the students are the most important thing. we're here because of the students. We're here because of the 25,000 students that enroll and go to classes here, part of which are players. And making them a part of this, absolutely. I want them to feel like they have ownership in everything that we do. When we win, it's because of them, and it's something that they need to feel passionate about, and they need to come into this arena for 2 hours every night or however long it may be, and have fun and create a memory that lasts a lifetime. And if we can do that, then we've enhanced their student experience. We've created a great bond. We needed our alumni to come back. They all have great memories in this building, and I think it's one thing I found when I toured the state is so many great memories have taken place in this building. Let's continue that, and it impacts every facet of the game, from TV to recruiting to our players' success rate. The energy that happens in here is very, very special, and it was impactful for me. It's one of the main reasons I came back here. I believe in this place. I believe in this building. I believe in our fans. We have the best basketball fans in the league. They're educated. They get it, and we're not doing it without them.
Coach, when people talk about the stars of this team, they talk about Phil and Juwan, and rightly so. But how important is Leighton to the team?
Every bit as important as those two. I think that he's a guy that I think can have a breakout year for us. He's been arguably as good as anybody we've had in our early practices and our early scrimmages, our exhibition. He's become a leader, a very strong leader for us. So I put tremendous value on him. He's playing terrific, shooting the ball well. He's a hard matchup. He's got a chance, I think, to be a guy that can guard multiple positions, guard multiple players, and different sizes. So I'm a big Leighton Hammond fan right now.
Whenever we see Leighton, he's always smiling, he's always having a good time. How does the transition go between, you mentioned him being a good leader. How can he turn it on? How can he turn on the seriousness?
I think that we all see that from Leighton. And then when we step across the floor, it's a little different story. And I think that his one thing he's done is he's been extremely consistent every day. And consistency is something I like. And it's something I try to bring every day to practice. And he's been a guy who has been able to I think try to model my behavior on the court and lead. Yesterday's a great example. Got off to a sluggish start. He called them all together, rallied them, got them going. Practice picked up. That's what leaders do, and they help their teammates out. It's not always about being liked. It's about being respected, and I want for him to have the most incredible senior year possible. He does that, then I'll feel like it's a meaningful season, and he and Phil can go out the way they deserve to go out.
Been on the Hammond's hot seat yet?
I have been on the Hammond's hot seat.
Yeah.
I spent a little time with him in Kansas City, and we had a little fun together. So it'll be fun when that finally gets released.
Coach, you mentioned unknowns earlier. One of your big unknowns is your backup center position. You think Lucas has developed enough to help Mitch get a breather every now and then?
Well, I think he's working at it. I think that Lucas has some things going against him. He wasn't here all summer. I think that has hurt him. So he was 3 months behind everybody in the weight room. But he's extremely bright. He's a cerebral guy. He's in watching film every single day. And Lucas is getting stronger. He's very skilled. He's a guy that can make shots. I don't think we've seen all of his versatility on the offensive side yet. But he's getting better. He's I think going to be a guy that lack of physical strength will hinder in some games, but maybe how much he can play. But he's been very good of late in practice.